Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Guys, I hope everything is going okay. People call me every day and they are like, okay, Kim Boss, why do you always do your interview in Hausa language? So your interviews and your programs in Hausa language. So I was like, it's not like I don't want to speak English, but those I interview, I think they prefer to speak Hausa. That is why we go by Hausa language. And some of my programs, even though now I decided to go by English. So today, the topic is how to seek asylum in America. If you come to America and you want to seek asylum in America, it's not that easy, but inshallah, things gonna be all right if you follow the procedure of seeking asylum in America. So, guys, some of the lawyers, they are very busy. Some of the lawyers, they are very busy. They have a lot to do. So instead of them to tell you they are very busy or they have a lot to do, they would rather accept them to be your lawyer. So in this case, they will give you the asylum form for you to go and fill it up. You know what I'm saying? So after filling it up, they will cross-check. Instead of them to fill it up, instead of them to ask you some questions so that they can fill the forms up and send it to USCIS. So they would rather give it to you for you to do that kind of job. You know what I'm saying? So after that, they will check and cross-check to make sure everything's okay. But for you to avoid all these kind of complications, just tell them you don't know how to fill it. Just tell them you don't know how to write. Then they themselves, they will do it for you. And after applying your asylum form, USCIS have to send you a mail indicating that they have received your application. And that mail is very, very important because you and your lawyer send your application at the wrong place. So by receiving the mail from USCIS, that means you have sent your application at the right place and the right people have received it. You know what I'm saying? But they have this kind of document or this kind of paper, they call it declaration. This declaration, Americans want to know everything about you. So you have to put all your stories in that declaration. Where you were born, the kind of job you do back in your home, how do you manage to be an American. They want to know all your story, everything about you, they want to know. So you attach the declaration and the asylum form, you apply it to USCIS, then you receive your mail indicating they have received it. After applying your application for asylum, before it was 180 days before you can apply your working authorization. After 180 days, then you can apply your working authorization. I mean, your working permit. But now, things have changed. You don't have to wait anymore for 180 days. Within 150 days after applying your asylum application, within 150 days, you can apply your working authorization. So this working authorization, the same as asylum form. I mean, if I say that, I mean you have to get a feedback from USCIS saying they have also received your application for your working authorization. So this mail from USCIS is very important because that mail will assure you where you have sent your documents have reached to the right people. You know what I'm saying? So after the 150 days, now you have applied your working authorization. The US CIS will send you appointments. So they will check where you live and they will give you the nearest place. So for you to go and do your fingerprint. That fingerprint, they want to make sure there is nothing wrong with you when it comes to abiding the law and order of the state or of the country. So they want to make sure you are clean, you are eligible to get working authorization. So after you have done your fingerprint, it maybe takes like 1 month or 2 months or 3 months for you to hear from them. And good news. So when they approve you, they will send you a mail telling you that you have been approved for working authorization. They deny you also. If they deny you also, they will also send you a mail indicating they have denied you for working authorization. But you have the right to reapply. You have the right to reapply again for your working authorization because they have denied you. But we are praying for you to get one-time approved for your working authorization. So now, what is next after getting your working authorization for approval? Sometimes they do send you the working authorization and the social security card. They send you both. Sometimes they send the social security card alone. Then you have to wait for your working authorization. Sometimes they will send you the working authorization, and let's pray you get it both, or they send you the working authorization first. So when they send the working authorization first, it's very simple. Just go to the nearest social security office in your neighborhood and go and do the social security card. Within 7 business days, you will get your social security card. But unfortunately, if they send you the social security card without the working authorization, then you have to wait. Some take like 1 month, 2 months before they get their working authorization. But if you are likely enough, you may get it both. So now, after you have get your working authorization, what is next? Is your court hearing. Is your court hearing. So some do go to court like one time. The next court will be their final hearing. I mean their individual hearing. Others will go to court like twice. The third time will be their individual hearing. That is their final hearing. But, American is harder for you to understand their system. Some people come to America like 1 month or 2 months, they got the asylum. Some people are here in America for like 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Till now, they didn't finish their case. And they don't know what is going on. You know what I'm saying? But we are going to take you through the procedure. The rest, we leave it to God. Onang aiking Allah. But we are going to take you through the procedure, what to do, and get your asylum approved, inshallah. So let me come back to my point. Now, after you have getting your working authorization, you apply for, no, you have to wait for your court hearing. And maybe your court hearing is like maybe 2 years or 3 years ahead, maybe 2025 or 2026. So don't forget, when you apply your asylum application, you add it with your declaration, and make sure that declaration and your asylum form, that application, you have a copy of it. Because, you know what I'm saying, you have a lot to do, too much stress, busy working. You may forget some of the stories that happened to you back in your home country. You may forget because you are busy working, or too much stress may lead you to forget some of your stories. So make sure you have a copy of it that you go through every day or every month or every week. You know what I'm saying? So now it's your due date to go to court, your final hearing. I mean, your individual hearing. America is not just like any other country where you will go and tell them or apply for asylum without evidence. You have to get your evidence. What you said in the declaration form or in the asylum form, you have to get evidence of it. If I said evidence, back among one evidence in one zafibo, ya kamata kasam evidence may kill. You have to get a concrete evidence about what happened to you in your home country, because American gonna check. And if your evidence are ready, don't wait for the due date and present it to the court of law. Don't do that. You have to send your evidence, like maybe 10 months ahead before your due date, or maybe 1 year ahead before your last hearing, before your due date, because you have given them the chance to cross-check your evidence, whether it's concrete or not. You cannot just present your evidence within 1 month before your due date and you expect the court to go through. That is unfair. And the court will not allow the evidence to come on their table. They will not allow that. So you have to give them time. Send it maybe a year or 10 months before your due date so that they will get the chance and cross-check your evidence. So now they get your evidence. And everything is okay. You and your lawyer will present yourself in the court of law. I mean, the immigration court of law. So in the court of law, but nowadays, not like before, nowadays, they do it on Zoom. You maybe do it in your lawyer's office or in your lawyer's house or in the court of law itself. So here you are, your attorney is there, state attorney is over there, and the judge himself is there. And if you said you want to speak Hausa, okay, no problem. They will get Hausa interpreter for you. I mean, any language, they have any interpreter for any language. If you say you want to speak Twi or maybe Mushi or maybe Zabrama, they have those people that they are very good in interpreting language. You know what I'm saying? So when you say something, the interpreter will interpret to the court. Don't be in a hurry or don't rush, because remember, you said you don't understand English or you can't speak English. So anything the court said, even your lawyer, the state attorney, or the judge said, you have to wait the interpreter to interpret the language to you so that you can understand what the court said. You know what I'm saying? So now, in the court of law, or if it happens to be on Zoom, you have to focus on the laptop. You have to focus on the laptop or iPad or whatsoever. You have to focus eye on eye. you and the state attorney, you and the interpreter, you and the judge. Don't be looking side by side. If you started looking side by side or down, that means you are lying to the court, or you want to lie to the courts. So they want you to look into their face, to do eye contact with them. Then they will believe what you are telling them is true. You know what I'm saying? Don't be looking side by side or looking down, or like you are trying to play with their mind. Don't do that. And remember the evidence. Make sure your evidence is concrete. You have concrete and genuine evidence. You get it? Make sure you have concrete and genuine evidence, because they are going to cross-check your evidence. You know what I'm saying? So now the court has started to proceed. As I said earlier on, make eye contact with those people, the interpreter, the state attorney, and the judge. Make eye contact with them. Don't answer any question that the state attorney or the law or the judge didn't ask you. Assuming you were asked, what is your name? My name is so and so. That's it. Where do you come from? I come from so and so. Don't add anything apart from the question that you ask. Don't do that. In ka kana kaman kana so magana ne. In an tambaye ka ya sunanka, ka ba da sunanka. Aka tambaye ka na ka fito, ka faɗi wurin da ka fito. If the state attorney or the judge asks you, how do you manage to be in America, or when did you enter to America? Oh, na shigo America watan da ya wuce ne, kwana kaza lokaci kaza ya kare. Don't add more stories to what you are not asked. If you do so, you are giving the state attorney or the judge more chances or more space for him or her to ask you more questions. Don't do that. And before your final hearing, your individual hearing here in America, make sure you don't have problem with anybody, especially the states. Make sure you don't have a problem with anybody, especially the states. If you do have a problem with the state, if you guys remember, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I did a video about the subway. Not only the subway, it maybe include fighting or stealing or trying to beat the system. If you try to beat the system, those kind of things may give you problem with the states, that you may find it difficult to win your case on your final hearing. Because after all the questions that the judge and the state attorney will ask you, that one may take like 40% or 30%. I'm telling you, that questions the lawyer and the judge, the state attorney and the judge may ask you, may be like 30% or 40%. The chances that you may get the asylum to be approved. So the chances is like maybe 30% or 40%, even though you are good when it comes to answering the question. And the rest of the 70% and 60% is your background check. Know for sure, the case itself depends on Allah. Allah draka win case in kane. But in this case or in this point, we are talking about the chances for you to win your asylum case here in America. The 30% and the 40% is only on the questions that the state attorney and the judge will ask you. And let's say you are perfect answering the question. The rest of the 60% and the 70% is your background check. Yeah, it's your background check. Before America, or before the judge will accept to give you asylum in the court of law, they have already checked your background. They will make sure you are genuine, you are clean before they will give you the asylum. Before they will give you the asylum. Before they will grant you asylum. Yeah. So the most important thing is avoid any problem, confusion, troubles outside there. Avoid all these kinds of things. If you get a court case and you have a minor problem with the state, let's say, or assuming your evidence is 100% genuine, still these guys will deny you. The court will deny you. The court may see your evidence are correct, your evidence are concrete, your evidence are genuine, good, everything. But the fact that you have a problem with the states, the court will deny you asylum. So now, let's say you have won or win your asylum case. What is next? Nowadays, some of the lawyers say, if you spend like maybe 2 years or 3 years in America, or 4 years or 5 years, and you won your case or you win your case, you don't have to wait for 1 year before you apply your green card. Others think have to go by the old system. If you win your asylum case, you have to wait for 1 year before you can apply your green card. So, and within these two, if you prefer to wait for 1 year after winning your case, even though you stay in America for 4 years or 5 years, and you decided to wait for 1 year after winning your case before you apply your green card, you're good. You're good to go. And if you decided, or your lawyer decided, to apply your green card immediately after you win your case, after you win your asylum, after you were granted asylum, and the lawyer wanted to apply your green card immediately, you guys are good to go. You guys also are good to go. There is no problem with these two kinds of procedure. You can decide to wait for 1 year after winning your case, or you can apply your green card a week after winning your case. It depends if you stay in America for like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years. So now you apply for your green card. Remember, you cannot use the green card to travel without travel document. You cannot use the green card to travel without travel document. So you have to get the both. But you can use travel document to travel without green card if you want to do so. If you want to travel to, like, let's say you want to travel to Canada or Europe or Africa, anywhere in Africa except your home country, because your home country is a danger to you. You cannot travel to your home country. You cannot travel to your home country. Remember, you are in danger in your home country. That is why you managed, or you flew to America for asylum, and the asylum was given to you. So if you want to travel to Europe or Canada, go online, check, do your travel document, or find a lawyer and pay him or her some money to do the travel documents for you. The travel document doesn't matter whether you win your case right now or you were granted asylum 2 or 3 years ago. Assuming you win your case or you were granted asylum right now, just wait to get the paperwork from the courts, from the judge, because the judge have to send you a document, a paperwork that indicate that you have granted asylum. So that kind of document and your passport picture, your ID card, your working authorization, if possible, the front page of your passport, your home country passport, then you add it together and apply for travel document. If you want to do it by yourself, that is the kind of document you may need. Passports, the front page of your passport. And that one is not necessary. But the passport picture, your working authorization photocopy, your ID card photocopy, and the paperwork from the courts that indicate or that shows you have been granted asylum. And the forms that you will fill online for the travel document, you add it together and buy money order for $220. You add it together and send it to USCIS. Sometimes they may be, maybe 10% or 5%, they maybe call you and ask you the purpose of traveling or why do you want to travel. That one's like maybe 5% or 10%. But it's hardly for them to call. They don't call. They don't normally call. Yeah. So, as I said, if you won your case or win your case, you can travel with the travel document, but you cannot travel with green card alone. The travel document is there for like passport. We call it refugee passport. At the same time, travel documents. So you can travel to Africa, Europe, Asia, except your home country. Remember, that place is a danger to your life. I hope what we said or what I said in this video or in this program may be. Please, guys, go on social media, go on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You're going to find King Boss TV over there. Comment, say your opinion, comment whatever you want to say. Subscribe to King Boss TV, like King Boss TV, and follow King Boss TV for more content. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.